Sanibonani. Ninjani. Confusion strikes, man, this life is tough. 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 My strength lies in the shadows of my being. The fading confidence in the collage of my spirit borrowed a voice of a bird that couldn't sing. I am burdened by the yearn of gathering architects of the cosmos to assist my confused hands draw a line between breath and dust, to remind me in my lazy days that the world is running out of time. You can only describe yourself using one word because detail shortens storage of the attention span. Let them know you for who they think you are. Forget not to keep your belongings in the envelope between your lungs. Keep your clothes to yourself. And stop defining moments through personality so that memories can remain memories and not as a reflection of the being remembering. The black man has a portion of respect for a body part inherited from a spirit that reincarnates good energy. A pattern of similar time frames hang on the naive walls of history from victories of the past. The story of a black man has become a song, a nice melodious tune with words fading in the air. It is difficult to live and grow in a changing world and be expected to remain the same. Now, before the machine gun roared, sharp spears were ready to poke the enemy because the eye had already led the heart of the master astray. Instead of securing the sacred treasure we hold, we destroy it. Unaware, they cursed the God they told the black man to pray to. In fact, the slave was supposed to pray for the deliverance of the master. If not, tell me, why is it that the God you pray to does not recognize you? Why do you need to remind them of who you are and what you want, or remind them to do with you that which they had planned to when they created you? You who would rather appreciate a picture of the beauty of nature over nature. I sometimes lay in my comfort zone and wonder, why would God be so afraid? Thank you. Whew. Okay. I am the Red Sea, died by broken souls they only intended to avenge. On the remaining bones, I am one with dead bodies. They are floating in defeat, deceived by arrogant masters who wear Bible stories. They have a disease for a heart. I come from a world of enormous thirst for power, a deity of agony, which gives instruction on when to pull the trigger, free lessons on how to kill a nigger. As filthy as the heart of an old witch, I am like a rubbish can associated with everyday debris from these cold arms held by the tough ones. My spirit weeps, for I have drawn a conclusion that this is not a place, not yet anyway. There is no truth here, only a staircase where mere stories dwell. The sun dies with all my jealousy when it sets, reminding the moon to come remind me of my failure again, that the hands that are strangling me are the missing parts of my body that required healing. Why did I choose the ground for a companion? I could have gone for the sky. So much love in here, guys. Thank you for this. Thank you to Poetry Africa team, everyone from the top to the bottom. Thank you so much for this wonderful opportunity. The wedding objection. I cannot begin to imagine how glorious it must feel to be in the center of such a glow. What happened to us? You have always known when the sapphire of your eyes have pierced through my clouds. That is how you taught me how to trust you, to help me dance. I learned all of those tricks on how not to fall if it wasn't for you. For some time, I was certain there was something in the air for us. I can still feel the grip of your hand that held all promises of love ribboned in infinity. My breath knows the pace of your heartbeat, beat by beat. You know they were once parallel because of the many times you've raised my hair strands and I had shown you where I had my treasure. Do you remember when my lungs could only take your air because I had problems with trusting my solitude? You know I'm a day's time frame, a puzzled lightning, confused whether I'm here to lighten or frighten my gods. But you know I've been trying to stop the hurricane raving inside my chest, and every time you pressed my spine on the cold wall and fed me promises, I believed you. That is why I stopped breaking up with you, even when I knew that you had skeletons too. You should have not guitared yourself into my chest if you had no intention of making music for my forever. And I should have not looked into your mirror. All it taught me was lies. I object to your wedding today. Not because I want you now. I am more concerned about her. I know your gods too well. I know how to set your crown. Does she know it falls all the time? I've put your storm to rest for a couple of times, and goodness, she has no idea of the ghost she is locking her so into. Thank you. Okay, a girl is in love. I'll share a love poem. My husband is here, guys, to see the girl. Could it perhaps be that we find ourselves awake, silent, still, gazing into each other's eyes as though as to find that which belongs to us? If it is, I have found a mirror at the center of your iris. Never before have I seen myself so enough and complete. Could that possibly be your gift to my soul? If it is, then I'm not thankful enough. You know, after my mother had explained to me why I could not hear my dad call my name anymore, before I wronged my ears for being particular with sounds and filtering my dad's voice, I had to conclude that love has two different meanings, related though opposite from each other. And this is how I figured why death is so fond of life. But I saw life in your eyes. And this makes you the first person I wake after my nightmares. Your voice is the closest I get to security. Before I even began to believe in myself, I had to first believe that it is in you that I see myself so bright. And every time you call me a star, my heart secretly bows to yours with acknowledgement for sculpturing light into my spirit, which now trembles at the expression of your exposed giggle, proving my humorous arms to be of enough length to tickle your sense of strength. It reminded me how I had memorized your heartbeat enough for an alarm waking me into eternity. You even drew me closer to nature. Every day I see my face stenciled in flower petals from flowers you planted within me. Butterflies explore my inner world at just a thought of your comforting stare. Rainbows know not of our favorite colors, but they cease not their beauty. They carried with so much pride, just like how cliffs carry waterfalls. You have moments of my every thought, and I figured you needed to let you know. Thank you. Thank you guys for so much warmth. Okay. Um, my last piece, guys. This piece, no, I'll share it just a little. I promise I won't bore you. This piece is inspired by how I grew up to be that ugly girl. basically ugly. Everyone, my family, everyone. So and so is so beautiful. You could have. I don't know. It was a thing like that, you know. Like I always needed to do more, to try more, and sometimes I didn't have the confidence for it. I lost so many opportunities because I didn't. I basically just loathed the fact that people had to see me. I didn't want to be seen. And it depressed me for a long time until I started dealing with it. It's so easy when someone says, yeah, you have a problem, you need to deal with it. You need to see a psychologist. And a psychologist is expensive, so I can't afford to be well. Anyways, this is sort of like my way of dealing with this burden of being ugly. It doesn't make any sense. What triggered me to start this revolution of beauty standards is when a baby was on social media trending and they were body shaming a baby. I cannot have babies growing in such a dark environment of feeling ugly, feeling not enough, not worthy. Okay, so I wrote this poem as my higher power, where I draw strength, where I draw everything that makes me as true as possible. So I wrote that poem as that voice. Listen, I am here, sitting with all of your doubts, and I don't know what to feed them. They have gotten small since they got here. Perhaps they can't find themselves in my presence. I think it's a good thing. I have heard your conversations with them. They have planted a belief that you are not enough and you grew with it. That you have not collected enough debris to help make yourself perfect. Listen. Seize the sight of a mirror. You will not find me there. My beauty does not exist in a world of tangible mirrors. Those have a lazy tendency of not showing you beauty. Your beauty, my beauty. Perhaps allow my infinite love to reintroduce you to the garden that you are. Rich in the magic that fashions stars. You, the answer to your greatest great grandmother's prayer. You are gold. A loud secret. A silent treasure. Creatures find their true essence in your colorful aura. Your halo spirals in raw diamonds. You are an impossible taste of ice cream on yearning taste buds. How dare you forget? How dare you forget how your first sunshine trusts you to carry him to the moon? You have seen me. You know me. I am here. I have always been. Remember.